Hey everybody, welcome back to Game Trade Media's Building Character. I am your host, Rick, and today we are going to do a villain. We talked about it yesterday on Painting Happy Little Minis, but we're going to start our villain series now featuring Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, starting off, and that book just went flying. That was amazing. So we're going to be doing a villain today, and if you take a close look at the guy there, that's going to be our first villain. Look at that guy. He was painted by Dave Taylor yesterday on our Painting Happy Little Minis episode, and we kind of played around with some stuff yesterday, but we want, as we do with building character, where we take your guys' ideas for backstory and motivation and stuff, we're going to do that like we always do. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to just kick it right off. I got the player's handbook here, but the big thing that was like a big inspiration to doing this is the release of Mordenkainen's, I said that too fast, didn't I? Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes. I said it very fast. My northern Michigan accent and mannerisms kicked in real quick. But yeah, so we're going to be using this as our inspiration, and there's a lot of good bad guys in here, so if you guys have any input, if you have a copy.
Do you have the other cover?
I do. I have the hobby exclusive version, which is right here. There you go.
I like that cover.
Yeah, this cover is really cool, and this one you can only get at hobby stores. It's not wasn't a direct sound. You can probably find it still at some of them. If not, you need to get your hands on a copy. So.
Oh, Jeremy says he looks like the wizard before he went to Oz.
Who? Oh, this guy?
The guy.
He kind of does, yeah.
The villain.
And did he become a villain while at Oz? All right, I'm going to just share this real quick, everybody. And I would actually ask if you guys could do that too. That would be great. I'm going to share this into the group that is called Stat. It's like a Stat That character. Stat This. A D&D 5th edition. Help building a villain. Need input. Live now. There we go. Oh, I can't even spell live. I literally did not spell live right. How is that possible? There we go.
Try spelling live instead.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, based on what we got here, let's go ahead and roll some stats. What's up, Jeremy and Peter? Here we go. First stat. What does that look like? Looks like, an 8. Oh, no wonder he had to go the villainous route. We have an 8. Let's check out the next roll. Here we go. All right. There we have a 13. If it gets caught up in there again, I'm gonna just roll another die.
Oh, Vaughn said, a complete aside, but can I suggest a building character session / series of RuneQuest role-playing in the Garothin when it comes out on paperback?
Ooh,
Hardback, excuse me.
it's possible if it's... So here's the thing with certain products. If it's not distributed by the Alliance, I can't really talk on it. But if it does and is, then I would not be opposed. I'm going to change out my dice. These are the worst.
What was that, a 5?
It was a 5.
Dang.
Oh.
Ah, there we go, a 16. One more. Yikes. All right. And 13 again.
Dennis says, my character is still waiting at the inn.
At the end. Oh, can't even get him in the in the hole. Ooh, 15. All right. So we have a couple dump stats there. So we got a 15, a 13, a 16, 5, 13, 8. So 8, 13, 5, 16, 13, 15. So based on that information, Dennis is still at the inn. I'm sorry, Dennis. We'll get you out of the inn and into the adventure. So based on that, looking at this character, let's take a really good close look at this devious, villainous merchant type guy. What name and class would you give him? I'm going to go with human as a race. But what class is he? What is his name? I'm kind of leaning towards a roguish character. You know, a lot of sleight of hand, easy to palm and switch out things. Like if I have a nice ruby and he also has a nice glass ruby-esque looking thing, he could easily do some prestidigitation to make some changes and swap outs. And he might be known for that.
Roguish Bard?
Ooh.
Baraldo?
Baraldo.
It's his name. Like a sly circus ringleader.
Interesting.
Who robs folk.
I mean, that's not unheard of. I mean, you could have a carnival ringleader type situation, and maybe his whole thing is he hires adventurers. He's still a bad person, and he wants them to like maybe capture like mythical creatures and beings, and then he puts them on display like a traveling, freak show type situation. That would be kind of interesting.
I don't know. I guess I just really want this guy to be really bad, but have a weird costume. Like he's super evil, but he's just like loud.
Constantly twirling his mustache.
A weird costume guy who collects things, like some sort of collector.
But the collector, he doesn't usually put him on display for people to see his collection. This guy would do that because he's evil. No? And maybe he then uses those beasts to do devious things within the different towns and villages he travels through. What do you guys think? All right, I'm going to put... I do like that he's like a roguish bard. So let's do that. Let's give him class bard. I like that. So I just don't like those two stats. Man, is it wrong that I want to re-roll? All right. Should we re-roll that 5 and 8? I mean, I know that's not normally how it's done, but they're so painful to look at. Maybe he has a low constitution and he's always sickly.
There you go.
And I mean, we could go with that.
Oh, Gene says re-roll.
Gene says re-roll. So here's the thing: if I re-roll, should I re-roll all the stats so it's even across the board? So all the stats are re-rolled?
No.
Or just those two?
Just those two.
Gene is from WizKids. Everybody, just so you know, the company that actually made the miniature.
A good villain needs some good stats. I agree with that.
I agree. And also, all the other little miniature pieces there, Esmeralda's wagon, all that, is also all from WizKids.
Joshua says re-roll.
All right, so I'm just going to re-roll those two. We got... Because they were painful to look at. Like, so painful. All right, so... Oh, a 10 is better than an 8.
Yeah, Vaughn says re-roll the 5.
And these 4.
I hope you get a 3.
What?
Nothing?
Trying to throw... Do you see that, Johnny? He almost got his wish.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
I agree. There's nothing wrong with having an 8, but it isn't. Since we're re-rolling, might as well. Right?
Right? All right. That was a 6 instead of a 5 is ridiculous. There we go.
Matt says, is it just me, or does anyone else want to see Richard dress up in the purple and yellow garb this character has on?
What? And then dye just my mustache purple?
Yes. We talked about that on yesterday's episode, how we want, like,
Yeah, we
to
would actually all dress up like
we want
this.
to make this costume.
Yeah. Matt. Oh, it's Matt. Matt. Yeah, I'd do it. I'd wear that. All right. So, with a 14 and a 10 as replacements to the 5 and the 8, I'm looking at the 16 hitting that charisma, because that's what bards are good for, and also villainous bards. 15 dexterity. 14 intelligence. I'm going to give him a 10 constitution because I still like the idea of that. Granted, a 10 constitution isn't necessarily sickly, but it also isn't super athletic. And he doesn't look like he's athletic. And then 13's for wisdom and strength.
I imagine he just, like, always has a constant cold, and so he's just, like, coughing after every, he's like...
Oh, he has, ooh, yuck. I like it. I've got the black lung. I'm going to move this out the way. All right, there we go. So we got our stats. Those aren't that bad. We still need a name for this guy.
Have we decided he's a bard?
He is a bard.
Okay.
Yeah. A villainous bard.
He'll sing you to death.
All right.
Standard or variant human?
Who's asking that?
Vaughn.
That's an interesting question. I'm just thinking a standard human. I know the Sword Coast can give you different traits a bit based on which region of areas you're from, but where are you pulling the variant human from? Or what resource would you want to delve into if you wanted to maybe choose a variant human? He's got leukemia and draws out something or other from his collections to keep it at bay. Yes. Like, I feel like he's, like, some of it is he's capturing these beasts of, you know, and mystical creatures to maybe find some sort of way to rejuvenate himself or increase his constitution. But yeah, maybe he is got some sort of really bad case of something, the dropsies.
Vaughn says if he's manipulative, I would push the wisdom up a bit for reading people / insight.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
He says PHB. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Player's Handbook.
Just PHB, yeah.
So variant human traits, if your campaign uses the optional feat rules from Chapter 6, might allow these variant traits, all of which replace the human's ability score increase. Ability score increase, 2 different ability scores of your choice increase by 1. Skills, you gain proficiency in 1 skill of your choice. Feat, you gain 1 feat of your choice. So, and then just the regular human traits are your ability scores each increase by 1. That's pretty good to have all of these go up by 1. However, I do like that variant. Instead, you get 2 different ability scores of your choice increased by 1, and you get the other 2 things that are added in there. It's pretty good. Interesting. So let's go with that. Let's go with the variant human traits. Good call. So wisdom 14. Increase the wisdom score up there a little bit. And charisma 17. Yeah, 14 and 17. There it is. Doesn't really matter on that one. Maybe 16 dex. There we go. Instead of a 17. Charisma 16 dex. So we use our 2 skill points right there. I still like that. He's got leukemia. Interessant. All right, so we have that. We need a name, everybody. What is this guy's name? If he is a bard, and we're going to go to the bard tables now. He can't just be a regular old bard.
Cannon says hey.
What's up, Cannon? Hope you're doing good. We're building a bard character.
I imagine he has a long name with lots of middle names.
Ooh, who says that?
Just me.
Oh, you said that.
Just me, yeah.
Okay.
This is me speaking.
Kind of
as
like
Leona.
Dominguez, and then 15 other names, and his last name's Smith?
Yeah.
Like that
Like
situation?
blah, 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 blah. Rick Astley.
Because he Rick rolls them all the time.
Oh, no.
Man, I wish I had that video queued up and ready to go right now.
Right.
Dang it.
I don't know what's wrong, Johnny. I also feel like we need to make him higher than first level, right? He needs to be
Yes, definitely.
higher than first level. I almost feel like possibly 5th or higher, but not higher than 10th. And maybe he also went to a bardic college.
Natasha says, yeah, you should totally cosplay that guy. I agree.
Dang it. I'm not going to shave my whole beard off, though, because this guy has I think he just has a mustache.
He does, yeah.
But I would wear this costume, absolutely, and carry around a treasure chest. And inside of it, I would have baubles to pass out to wayward travelers, and they would be cursed items. Just saying. That's almost kind of what I would, if I were to play this villain, I would have that. I would be like a collector of cursed items, only to give them to others, and then have ways of breaking the curses, but then they would have to pay me exorbitant amounts of whatever I had asked or do something. Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell.
Yes. Yes.
Cannon, congratulations. You have named this character. Oh, man. Hey, Charity.
I really like that.
That is great.
And he gets angry if you just call him
Greg.
or
any just one.
Or anything. He's like, no.
Gregory Alexander.
And constantly, like, the people under him, like,
Stephano.
also call him the wrong name. And he's like, no.
Always upset.
Yeah.
From House Sitwell. A
Yes.
noble. He's from House Sitwell, which would be, they were like a clan of bards or a family of bards that were storytellers.
Yay. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, Josh says great name. I agree. That's what my brain was thinking. Good job.
Yeah. House Sitwell bards, and he went to a bardic college, went through the whole course, but in the end, they found out that he had been cheating on a lot of things, like, again, using magical devices when he shouldn't have, to cheat past, to get further, and was kicked out like just before he would have graduated. And so he's a stain upon his family, and instead of taking a more honorable path to kind of reclaim his name and his family name, he's just like, whatevs, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Would you like this item? It's cursed, by the way. No? Okay, walk on. You know, and collects all sorts of, like,
So he is a collector.
Yeah, but of like weird and Yeah, he has like a freak show, whole freak show kind of circus thing. Come see the cockatrice. Oh, you've been turned to stone. Oh, your family wants you back. We're gonna,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
weird stuff like that. Like he does just really evil things. He's like, come see a cockatrice. Come on, they will. No, you wait here, one at a time.
And then he like has ransom.
Yeah.
On people's.
Yeah.
Family members.
Yeah. You want to be cured from this stone curse? Money, please.
Which is why he always has money in his hand.
Yep.
Charity says a vein of rage pops on his forehead every time you call him the wrong name.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Gregory, Alexander, Stephano, Horacio, Sitwell.
So is this guy like a really shady version of John Constantine?
Ooh. You know what? That's kind of a good analogy in that John Constantine does collect religious artifacts to help fight and thwart demonics. Yeah, but this guy's literally the opposite.
Well, that's why I'm saying he's like a shady version of it.
Yeah,
Like he's
super
like
shady.
He's cursing these people to begin with.
Yeah. So, what level do you guys think we should give Gregory, Alexander, Stephano, Horatio, Sitwell? Man, that's a long name. That's going to be tough. What level do you think he should be, like, seventh level? And he, like, interacts with many different characters, hires adventurers all the time, but always tries to weasel his way out of either paying them or taking more from them than what he originally agreed with, type situation. Nick says 8.
Yep.
Okay. I like that too. That's not a bad level for this character, because at 8th level, bards have some really cool stuff. They start off with their spell casting and bardic inspiration, jack of all trades, song of rest, bard college, expertise at 3rd, ability score improvement at 4th, so we can bump something up. Bardic inspiration goes up a little bit at 5th with font of inspiration. At 6th, they get counter charm and bard college feature. At 7th level, there's no new add features in there, but 8th, they get another ability score improvement. So this individual would have 2 more ability score improvements. Would be casting for first 3, so up to 4th level spells. So he would have some really good manipulative, charming spells that he could be added into his repertoire of, subterfuge and ability to just twist his hirelings up. So I do like that. 8th level it is. And so based on that information,
Have we picked some of the spells that he...
we will get to
Okay.
We will get to those. He'll have 11 known spells,
Okay.
which is really a good little library for a bard. But I kind of want to delve into there's the backgrounds and stuff. All right. Hey, what's up, Vaughn? Was he on
YouTube, but now
YouTube?
he's on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's fun. All right. So we have to come up with his alignment. I mean, he's obviously evil, but do you think he's chaotic, lawful, or neutral evil? Or, just evil, which is crazy. So we have lawful evil, where creatures methodically take what they want within the limits of a code of tradition, loyalty, or other. Devils, blue dragons, and hobgoblins are lawful evil. Neutral evil is the alignment of those who do whatever they can get away with, without compassion or qualms. Many drow, some cloud giants, and Yugoloths are neutral evil. And chaotic evil, creatures act with arbitrary violence spurred by their greed, hatred, or bloodlust. Demons, red dragons, and orcs are considered chaotic evil. I'm thinking neutral evil.
He, could be chaotic to me if he's, driven by greed.
I mean, he probably has greed in
But
there.
I agree. I think
He
neutral.
just gets what he wants, you know.
Yeah, Gene says neutral evil.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking neutral as well.
All right. I can dig it.
Let me ask you this, Rick, on a separate note. Could this guy possibly be the reason behind the portal potty?
See, I was thinking he was actually the one who turned Steve's brother into
To a shield?
A shield, yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of
Potential for this
potential there.
character.
Like yeah, he maybe not create the portal potty, but maybe he, you know, I don't know. Maybe he didn't create it, but maybe he found
brought
it.
in that fungus or whatever.
Yeah, the fungus that opens up portals. Or he maybe found it, and it was too much for him, so he left it at the inn, and now that village that he left it at is, you know, a spawning spot for just the worst things. But I'm gonna write that down though.
How about his background? Should it be charlatan?
Oh, that would be a good one. We're actually rolling into that right now.
Okay.
Is Nam like Percival Frederickstein von Musel-Kalowski del Rollo III?
That was also a good one.
Percival Frederickstein von Musel-Kalowski del Rollo III. That's another great one, yeah. The portal potty has been announced as well. I think I'm going to be found portal potty. And
Yeah, on YouTube, A Thousand Year Beard says it's hard to know what to expect from a neutral evil character, so
yeah,
that's fun. Yeah.
I can dig it. So, backgrounds. We could go, I don't think Acolyte. I mean, Charlatan is actually a good one. You have always had a way with people. You know what makes them tick. You can tease out their heart's desires after a few minutes of conversation. And with a few leading questions, you can read them like they were children's books. Yes. What?
Nothing.
So, the background Charlatan is a really good choice for this character.
For this character, yeah, I think so.
They've always got a scam. You know, they're always working an angle. So let's go with that.
I feel like this guy works an angle even when he's sleeping. He's like dreaming of the next angle.
Yeah.
What's his full name?
Dreaming.
His full name is Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell.
There we go.
So yeah, charlatan. And every charlatan has an angle he or she uses in preference to all other angles or schemes. Choose a favorite scam or roll on the table below. There are 6 favorite potential scams, but I would ask you guys, do we want to pick a scam or are we going to roll for a scam? So what do you guys think? He's a Vistani and lures people into Barovia. So what do you guys think?
His nickname is Angle McAngler.
Angle McAnglerson. What do we want to do? We want to make it a pick, or do we roll a d6 and that will be the scam for this gentleman?
For Sir Sitwell.
Whoa, hey. It is Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell. To say any other thing is to be an insult to my family.
And that's the thing, like, he doesn't even like when people call him, like, a respectable name, last name. He's like, no, the whole
right.
thing.
It is, no, that is not right.
Vaughn says pick.
Pick?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have, I cheat at games of chance. That is my scam. I shave coins or forge documents. That's not bad. I insinuate myself into people's lives to prey on their weakness and secure their fortunes. Ooh.
That kind of sounds in line with what we've been talking about.
Yeah. I put on new identities like a person puts on a new outfit, new set of clothes. I run sleight of hand cons on street corners. I think he did. I think he may have done that at one time, and that was like his thing as a young scam artist, but he has escalated. And finally, I convince people that worthless junk is worth their hard-earned money.
Charity says to roll. I really like also Craig says forged documents.
Yeah, I mean, he probably is going to run any one of these at any given time, but the preferred one, so we have one for pick, one for roll. The next one will be the answer. We'll either pick or roll. It's like a basketball term, pick and roll.
What was the second one?
The second was I shave coins and or forge documents.
The third one was the prey on weaknesses.
Yeah, that was the one that I was thinking. Jeremy says he certainly can't take on other personalities because he wouldn't get over his name.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a flaw. I think that's
so
a character
good.
flaw for him is like...
I love that.
He is in constant demand of respect, and that his biggest thing is his name. And yeah, you're right, he could not get over it. So yeah, he wouldn't be a good master of disguise.
1,000-Year Beard said, pick the one that's like Roger from American Dad.
That's 1,000. That's 1,000 faces.
Yeah.
But the thing is, all of these are Roger. Roger
The third
has a
one,
skin.
prey on people. That's what Gene says.
Yeah, the third one.
To prey on
Yeah,
people.
insinuate myself into people's lives to prey on their weaknesses and secure their fortunes. Now, that's a really good one, and I think how to angle that if we did pick that, Gene, would be when he comes to a new town with his circus of, freaky creatures and all that stuff. He is hustling all those other hustles as he can, but he tries to insinuate himself with the local, like a mayor or the
Town leader.
a town leader or a very wealthy family that might be local, to like win their favor, and then of course rob them blind in some capacity, utilizing the creatures and stuff from his freak show. Yeah, that's actually really good.
Yeah, he becomes like, every town he visits, he becomes like the expert that they need, whatever that is.
Right.
And then that's how he utilizes his magic creatures, and then...
Right. He'll send some of his lackeys into the town in advance to find out like what the rumors and stories of the town are.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll report to him. He'll forge documents to give him credence and validity towards his claims to anything that the town might need. Assess what kind of trinkets and garbage he might have. It's almost like, did you see the Brothers Grimm?
No.
With
It was Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I never saw it, but I saw a commercial.
But where they kind of hustled the different villages,
Yeah.
and then they eventually find that they're at a village that has a bunch of these evil things. Kind of like that.
Also, Jeremy says that works well with your idea about hiring adventurers to get the treasure and then just take the treasure and not pay them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So 3, his scam is to insinuate into people's lives.
He also could use his creatures / minions to cause problems, and then he shows up to fix it. Like Syndrome in Incredibles.
Yeah. I mean, it's also kind of like the Brothers Grimm too, where they create a witch on strings, lights, and stuff, or a ghost creature,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come and vanquish it, but it's all fake. I like that. He's also got, if anybody watches Star Wars Rebels, there's the one smuggler, but I can't remember his name, but he's always like, he's got a shine for Ezra. He's just kind of like, yeah, we are best friends, Ezra, you and me, man. But he always like screws him over in the end of every episode. Hondo. Yes, he's Hondo. Very cool. All right, so next we go into our personality traits. It's a D8 to discover that intel. So I'm going to grab these dice here. Those are some pretty dice. And we'll roll the D8 to see what his personality trait is. A 4. A born gambler who can't resist taking a risk for a potential payoff. Total, this guy. Born gambler. He'll take those risks at the cost of possibly putting his creatures or lackeys in danger to get whatever he needs. His ideal is D6. Some of the evil ones, there aren't really any evil. It's just lawful good or any. So we'll just roll. 1. I am a free spirit. No one tells me what to do. Sounds right. Free spirit, independence.
Vaughn says 2 traits.
Pick 2 traits?
Is that because we're doing the variant?
I think it is, actually. Let me jump back real quick. Where are you at, human? No, it doesn't say anything there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can pick as many as you want just to flesh your character out even more. But independent, so you can't. Nobody. I'm a free spirit.
I think that works.
Yeah, it fits his character. Their bond. Let's find out what the bond is for this guy. Another D6. A 5. A powerful person killed someone I love. Someday soon I'll have my revenge. I don't think he would care.
No.
No. All right, so let's go ahead and read
He
off
would be the
bonds.
one to kill the
Potentially. Yeah.
someone he loved, like that they loved.
Okay, here's so the first one on bond is actually really good for a charlatan. I fleeced the wrong person and must work to ensure that this individual never crosses paths with me or those I care about. Like, he did a hustle in a city where someone very influential got hustled and didn't realize just how influential that person was. I owe everything to my mentor, a horrible person who's probably rotting in jail somewhere. Somewhere out there, I have a child who doesn't know me. I'm making the world better for him or her. That wouldn't fit this character. I come from a noble family, and one day I will reclaim my lands and title from those who stole them from me. Okay, that kind of fits with how Sitwell, but he didn't get them stolen. He's been denied them by his own family.
Yeah.
So maybe he is working his way to reclaim them in a more devious manner, not so much in a I must get my revenge and get it back. I must, in a honorable way, I must get revenge and get it back and take it from my family. And that could also be why he's so, focused on people saying his name right.
Yeah.
Because they will remember Gregory, Alexander, Stephano, Horacio, Sitwell, till the day they die. That's one. That's a good one. A powerful person killed someone I love. I swindled and ruined a person who didn't deserve it. I seek to atone. He doesn't care. So it's either. I think it would either be I fleeced the wrong person, or I come from a noble family, or it could be both. He could be bonded by both instances. You know, maybe another reason he constantly is saying his name is because it could reflect back to his family. I am of House Sitwell. You know. And so they constantly, instead of chasing him, they just go to his family to get paid off or whatever.
Right.
Or maybe the revenge will come in the form of the bad person that he fleeced, or the person that he fleeced will go and basically wipe out the Sitwell family, and then he can take over as the house lead or something like that. So what do you guys think? Take both or take one or the other?
I think you should take both.
Page 123. Hold on. Personality traits. Give your character 2 personality traits. Personality traits are small, simple ways to help your... Okay. I mean, Vaughn is always right. Trust the Vaughn.
Vaughn is right.
I mean, we could take another one. And
Nick and Jean say both.
Okay, so we'll do that for Bond. Is 1 fleeced.
Thousand Year Beard says, my name and backstory are of equal lengths. Have a seat. I like that.
And 4 noble family. All right, so let's jump back up to personality traits and pick another one. We already got number 1, born gambler, which is 4. So here are some of the others. I fall in and out of love easily, and am always pursuing someone. Doesn't really seem to be his thing. I have a joke for every occasion, especially occasions where humor is inappropriate. That's actually me. That's just flattery is my preferred trick to getting what I want. I lie about almost everything, even when there's no good reason to. Sarcasm and insults are my weapons of choice. I keep multiple holy symbols on me and invoke whatever deity might come in useful at any given moment. Kind of like from the Mummy, when in the very first Mummy, where the one guy is there, he's like, no, okay, and he pulls up another holy symbol, and he's like, and he's like, the Mummy sees the star of. Anyways, I can't even think of what it is. I pocket anything I see that might have some value. So even as he's walking around, he may see something and just kind of like try to lift it right then and there. Kind of like a klepto. But I'm kind of thinking flattery, because he looks like the kind of person, and how better to weasel your way into a family or whatever than through flattery. So we'll pick that. And then flaws. We already know one, and we're going to put that one down. It is he must be, gets enraged.
His name.
Yeah, his name is a flaw. Doesn't like to be called Gregory or Lord Sitwell. It is bum 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 bum. Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell. And then
Thousand Year Beard said I like the deity accessory, which I like that one as well.
Yeah.
But I think flattery makes sense. Yeah.
The deity one is actually probably really good too, because he would, again, when he sends his.
Because he has all those magical creatures. That's what I'm thinking. And he's a bard.
Yeah, and when he sends in his lackeys into any given town or village, the town or village's deity could be a very influential piece of information to come in and be like, oh, by the way, I too worship Cuthbert of the Cudgel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not? Holy symbols. We'll add that as well.
That's good.
All right.
But honestly, either of them work. So.
Yeah, I mean, they all work in this character background and build. So just throw it in.
Put all of them in
Put them all in there. Except for, I don't think he would use sarcasm and insults as his weapons of choice. Because I think flattery is his weapon of choice. All right, so the other flaws. Can't resist a pretty face. Always in debt. Spend my ill-gotten gains and decadent luxuries faster than I bring him in. That's a good one. And he views himself a fashionista.
Yes.
That he wear the finest of clothing from the most foreign and exotic of lands. And I will pay a top penny for it. I'm convinced that no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. I'm too greedy for my own good. I can't resist taking a risk if there's money involved. I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me. And I hate to admit it and will hate myself for it, but I'll run and preserve my own hide if the going gets tough. I like the in debt and too greedy. So I kind of like the in debt, and that's also why he travels and does the stuff that he does too. Like he obviously will have things that are have value, but the like true currency, he's almost always lacking in it. Mm-hmm.
which spurs him on to do his next job.
Yeah.
Or like 7 jobs in the works or something, you know.
I like that. Always in debt. And greedy. There you go. Hey, Emerald Dragon Games, thank you so much. Dave Taylor, who is the co-host with me on Painting Happy Little Minis, painted this miniature that we're using today for our building character. We painted him yesterday, and it was been a long while back when we painted the whole wagon and everything.
But he did paint it.
But Dave also painted the wagon. That is true.
Good job, Dave.
Now, features and traits. Let's see what we got here. That kind of like finishes out the charlatan stuff there. Oh yeah, we already did the stat ups, so we're good there. Oh no, we didn't. Let's go back to the actual Bardic page, which is page 51 and 52. So at 8th level, he's going to get a lot of cool stuff. So they get spell casting.
Real quick, Vaughn says you'll totally want animal handling as one of your skills, plus insight and persuasion.
Oh yeah.
2 more still to pick, plus charlatan's deception and sleight of hand. Yeah.
I think perception. It's deception. Yeah. Okay. So perception and arcana. Animal handling. Yeah. There we go. I think that's gonna fill them all up. There. Bardic inspiration.
And don't forget the charlatan tool proficiencies.
Oh yeah.
Also, Thousand Year Bear says, this dude is complex. My last character's biggest flaw was that he had to have a bamboo back scratcher everywhere he went. He is very complex.
But
multifaceted villain.
Yeah, but I'm not upset with the idea of having a bamboo back scratcher. I could actually go for one of those all the time as well. Jack of all trades, Song of Rest. So Jack of all trades, so he gets a little bit of that. Song of Rest. Which would be good because, you know, to keep his lackeys in line, you know, making sure they are constantly refreshed. And that's at a D6. Bard College. And then Expertise. And then we got the ability score improvement. What do you guys think? He's going to have 2 ability score improvements based on the level 8. Which 2 do you think we should pump up? Should it be Wisdom and Charisma? So we should make Wisdom 15, Charisma 17. And then Font of Inspiration. He's got so much stuff. Counter Charm. And Bard College Feature. All right. And then he knows 11 spells, which is awesome. And it's 4 first level, 3. So
Charisma 17 equals hot. Ha ha hot.
And
yeah, he's really good at swindling people.
yeah.
Keep abilities at even score where possible.
All right.
That's what Vaughn is recommending.
Yeah.
For us to do.
Vaughn is correct. Remember, Vaughn
is always right.
always the rights. All right, let's take a look real quick here. So, here's the thing. At 4th level, could have boosted his charisma, and then at 8th level, boosted his charisma again, so he would technically have an 18 charisma, which would be awesome. What does everybody think about that?
Should he or should he not have 18?
Should he or should he not have that high of a
18
charisma?
charisma.
Right. I mean, he is Mr. Fancy Pants.
He is. With the fancy clothes.
Yeah. He's got some really cool stuff, too. Gain provision.
I can't even remember his full name, but he's super cool.
It's Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell. I was trying to come up with like a S-A-S-H, sashes, or gashes would be his, if you just took the first letter of each of his.
Oh my goodness.
It's gashes. And that could be like what everybody calls him behind his back.
Yeah.
Ooh, and he hates it. Gashes. All right. I'm going to just go with it. I think he's going to go with an 18 charisma.
Do it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
He does deserve it. He is super cool.
But yeah, I still think he's the one that turned Hank into or Steve. I think it was Steve. He turned him into a shield.
Into the shield?
Yeah.
And he keeps leading them on. Like, he's literally the one that hires that party to go do stuff now.
Yeah.
And he's always like, hey, just one more job.
And then I'll tell you
and I'll
how
be
to
able to
fix
help you with the cursed shield face situation.
Or maybe he's not even the one that did it, but he does meet them and says he has a solution.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually good. Because I think in our backstory we said that the goddess of beauty or something actually cursed Steve.
Yeah.
For being so selfish. And yeah, he would be this character would be the one that once he heard that, he'd be like, oh, I can hook them in. Yeah, that'd be cool.
If anyone's interested, that episode's up on YouTube.
That's right. If you guys would like to learn more about
I feel like I quote that episode a lot, so if you
it
don't know what we're talking about, there's an episode called Hank and Steve. Building character.
Oh, nice. He also has 3 cantrips.
Gene says also one of his hirelings did it, which brought them to him. That is
Yeah.
also another option. I like that.
Yeah. All right. This guy is going to be sick. All right, let's see what we got here for. Well, looking at him, one of the things we do like to do, like we've only got a few more minutes left, but based on looking at this miniature, we're going to pull it up real quick to give you a. I just want to show a few things super close in my hand here. All right, so in his hand, I don't know if you can see it, but there is like a gold coin or a golden sensor disc of some sort. He also has a few bags around his waist, quite a few bags. So, and he has that treasure chest right there. So my question to y'all is that golden disc in his hand, could that be some sort of magical item that helps him influence people with, like kind of gives him a little bit of a charming influence? Or could it be, let's come up with a cool magic item for that. And of course, we could have a pouch of many things or a bag of holding around his waist, or even his vestments, like that purple vest with the big flaring
collar thing.
could be some sort of magical attire as well. What do you guys think? Because we do like to give them a few, fun little things.
Somebody or others' coin of distraction.
That's a good one. A magical compass that leads them to the next target. That's not bad either.
Because it's like a compass of, like, the sensing is like distraught or worry or something like that.
Yeah, where he could
or
actually go and feed off
yeah.
that in his own
It's like some
lecherous
emotion
way.
that then
Yeah. Like pirates.
like a pirate, which works with his garb.
It's the somebody or others coin of distraction. I like that too. You know what else I like? Is if it's some sort of like pocket watch. Maybe. A golden pocket watch that, let's say he's talking to somebody, you do it like once a day.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to somebody and he doesn't get the result that he wants.
Oh, and he can
just go
back a little bit.
A little bit. And be like, I probably shouldn't have said that, but if I say this.
Which goes into his like flattery thing.
So we have those are three really good things.
That would be, yeah.
So what do you guys think? We've got, is it the somebody or others coin of distraction so that you constantly have them distracted from where you're truly trying to, get them to follow your path of, speech and confuse them so that they will follow in with what you're trying to do? Or is it a magical compass that leads him to his next target? Or is it a golden pocket watch that allows him to, once a day, turn back time like 5 minutes?
Dang.
And 5 minutes can be a lot when you're thinking about it, but he can only do it once. And of course, I only thought watches because I was thinking Johnny watches. We was like, what would Johnny have in his hand? A watch.
Now you're talking my language.
Right? Simone?
Time travel rules, just saying. I agree with that.
A short hop time jump pocket watch. Yeah, that's we got. And then Simone, golden pocket watch all the way.
It's hard to beat.
It's hard to beat
that time one.
I agree. All right.
And that's like one of the things that he swindled from like somebody really powerful or something.
Right,
Yeah.
like down in Kalimshan where that possibly could exist.
Yeah.
All right.
The watch needs a movie script around it.
A Chronomancer's golden pocket watch. There we go. All right, everybody. So our time is up for the day. We appreciate all of you guys and gals joining us to come up with this amazing character, Gregory Alexander Stephano Horacio Sitwell of House Sitwell, a bardic family, and he has kind of walked the wrong path. He's a charlatan. He's very cool. I think you guys did a great job in fleshing him out. So there we have it. Another successful episode of Building Character. Thanks to all of you out there. If you haven't done so, go to your local game store this weekend. Check them out. And if you already are part of that community, take some pictures while you're there. I'd love to see pictures of where you guys hang out and play your games. If you're going to play some D&D or play a RPG, there are many great RPGs out there. Take a picture with your group. Do a big group selfie and send it to us. Let us see you guys having fun with your community and allow us to be, again, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your community. We do have a contest going on right now. So if you guys haven't had the opportunity to participate in that, we're giving away a huge amount of board games. We did a few little videos to show off some of the stuff that's in it. But if you go to gtmgiveaway.com, there's some entry points there. Just fill them out, follow the rules, and and do all the things and get all the entries, and someone's going to win that. I think we have like 8 days left, so check that one out. And I know that our parent company is going to be having a contest here real soon as well, so stay tuned for that. It might have something to do with New York Comic Con and someone getting a trip for them and a friend out there. Probably in the next couple days that's going to be launched. I probably shouldn't say anything. I'm just saying. And on that note, this has been Building Character for GTM, Game Trade Media. I'm Rick, and I'll see you at the game store. Hey guys, we're super excited to share that our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, is now available.
We love tabletop gaming as much as you do, and we're so thrilled to share the finished book with the community. This book covers the history of the tabletop industry, from classic board games like Monopoly to collectible card games like Magic, and of course RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons.
The book also highlights some of the top talent in the industry, featuring interviews with Peter Atkinson, Matthew Mercer, Larry Elmore, and many more. Plus, we chatted with collectors from all walks of life who shared their own knowledge and insight about tabletop collecting.
We also discuss everything from the impact of crowdfunding on the current state of the industry, as well as take a look at all sorts of ways to preserve your collection for years to come. This book provides a perfect snapshot of the tabletop industry at large and shows what makes this hobby so great.
You can head into your local game store or comic shop right now and pick up your copy of the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. If they don't have it in stock, you can order your copy through previews, through Game Trade Magazine, or through gemstonepub.com.
Thanks for watching Building Character. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.